Hello everyone, Will the Outlaw here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. I gotta be honest, when this figure was announced, I had no idea what to expect. Was this going to be like 86 Cliffjumper, a cartoon accurate redeco, or is this going to be a new mold? Well, this is kind of a little bit of both. Looking at the figure itself, and at first glance, this is a standard Bumblebee figure. In fact, there is a severe case of deja vu going on here. While there are all new parts with this sharing nothing from the previous molds, the engineering is almost identical to those toys. There's almost every trope in the Bumblebee book on this figure. The proportions and deco from the other iterations are present here. The big boots on the feet, the arms, even the kibble is like the designers copied their work from previous iterations, specifically the old Masterpiece figure. The coloring is hit and miss. The yellow for the most part is a perfect recreation of the animation model, but other parts, specifically the chest, is an odd shade that doesn't really match. The molding details are very impressive though. There is tiny detail on almost every piece of the figure. The legs, arms, hands, and the side torso has some very nice details. There's even molded in detail under the feet. The head sculpt is pretty good. I mean, it's fine, but it's got nothing going on that really stands out. It has a really nice silver paint job though, so there's that. The articulation is also pretty standard for a modern Bumblebee figure. Ball-headed joint, ball joint shoulders, bicep swivel, 90 elbows, waist swivel, legs that can go forward, back, in and out, thigh cut, 90 knees, an ankle pivot that's more like a shin pivot, and foot articulation. The knees can go both ways for a digigrade look, if you prefer that of course. He's small, but he can move with the best of them, and he is really solid thanks to his big boot feet. His joints are nice and tight and poses really well. The only accessory this guy comes with is his iconic pistol. He can either wield it or he can store it on his back. I don't know how he's supposed to grab it from back there, but he can store it there. The transformation is a nice update to the previous iterations. It's so similar in fact that I was able to transform this guy on the first try with no need to look up instructions. There is a really interesting trick with the foot transformation though, where there is a very cool Autobot logo reveal. That's a welcome new addition. The vehicle mode is cool enough, but it's somewhat controversial as it's most definitely not a VW Beetle. It is close enough facsimile and it doesn't take away much from the figure itself. I guess I'm okay with it because it keeps a squished penny racer aesthetic. Most definitely prefer this version over the mess that was the MP45 Bumblebee. The gun can stay in the same spot from robot to vehicle, but there's no place for it to make any type of battle mode. The only new details in the vehicle mode is the aforementioned Autobot symbol. The one thing I unironically indescribably love is the wheels. I don't really get it. They aren't made of rubber and they aren't special in any way, but they look exactly like the original G1, and they just remind me of childhood for that reason. There is really not much else to say here really. The last 4 Bumblebee / Cliffjumper figures have all been pretty much the same in terms of feel and transformation. They all harken back to the old Masterpiece, which is why I guess this figure feels old and familiar. All in all, I love that I was able to pick this guy up and play with it with all the familiarity of the previous versions. I also love that this version feels the best of all of those, and it's probably the best G1 Bumblebee figure out there. Bottom line, if you need a G1 Bumblebee and missed out on the Netflix version like I did, this is a definite pickup. Other than that, I can't really see any reason to go with this version, especially if you have the more accurate Netflix version. Well, that was my look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all soon.
Laters!